Comic Clan, and welcome to Comics and Across, the greatest streamers you've never heard of. Today, we are checking out a brand new #1 as Space Ghost #1 from Dynamite releases today. First of all, a massive thank you to the team at Dynamite for giving us the chance to review this. Space Ghost is written by David Pepose with art from Jonathan Law, colours by Andrew Dalhouse, and lettering from Taylor Esposito. Also, a massive shout out to Francesco and Mattina, who's responsible for the standard cover of the issue that, as you can see, the picture here, this is absolutely stunning, phenomenal work on it. Also, I do want to preface this by saying that I have no previous knowledge of Space Ghost coming into this. I know that he was originally a Hanna-Barbera cartoon and got a reboot in the form of a talk show called Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but in terms of his background, his lore, I'm completely new to this, and I want to gauge how friendly this is for new fans to come into. So let's jump straight into it. The first issue drops you right into the thick of things as a massive attack is taking place with space pirates attacking the space colony Omicron. They actually never let us up, and quite a lot is thrown at you, but looking back at it, it never feels like it. It never feels like it's an overwhelming amount or it's inaccessible as a new reader. You're always able to keep up. We're introduced to Dr. Jared Kepler, his children, Jan and Jace, along with the monkey Blip. On researching, I was aware that these were Space Ghost sidekicks in the original show, but their introduction was organically done in this story, and I'm thankful to say that as someone that absolutely hates the annoying kid tag-along trope, that Jan and Jace definitely do not fall into that category. Space Ghost himself also gets to see some action jumping into the aid of the children when they're facing attackers, but at the same time, there's an air of mystery about him. We aren't dropped into an origin story. We aren't even seeing things from Space Ghost's perspective. It's not even his story at this point. We don't know his thoughts, his reasoning, are unknown to us, and this really adds to the intrigue. And the art deserves absolute high praise as well, as Jonathan Law shows he is able to capture an epic space battle, a fist fight, as well as capturing heavy emotional moments that characters are feeling, and makes all of it look absolutely stunning. All the while, he also does it through an amazing lens that makes everything look and feel like it's something that you would see in a 60s or 70s sci-fi show without it feeling too retro or too outdated or out of touch either. I'm not going to be giving any spoilers for what happens in the comic, as I want you to go and pick it up for yourselves, but what I will say is there's a standout moment for me in the midst of the fighting and the battling is when Jace and Jan near the end are both holding each other and both feeling an overwhelming loneliness and having no one around them, and say to each other, like, everybody's gone. We see Space Ghost stand to his feet, reattaches one of his bracers and says, "No, I am here." And this moment just really was something that stood out to me that I wanted to mention, because it really did give the same feel as All Might from the anime My Hero Academia. All Might says, "I am here to let people know that there's no reason for them to be afraid when there's danger. When something's going on, when something's taking place, he says, I am here to let them know, like, I'm here to take care of this now. There's nothing to be afraid of." And in that moment, I really felt that echoed on what Space Ghost had said, and really felt it in the moment that the children were like, everyone's gone. It's like, no, I'm here. You're not alone. You're not dealing with this alone, and I'll be here if anything happens to you. We don't get too much in-depth going into the story beyond this. I'm sure there's Easter eggs that people who are fans of the show will be able to point out. There's definitely stuff that was made to look like it would be call-outs for the fans, but as I'm not a long-term fan, I'm not going to point out to those specifically. And some of the other stuff that's given, I don't want to spoil. Because even though there's nothing major spoilery in this first issue, I wouldn't say. I think it's something that you have to check out for yourself. But I want to say a massive shout out to this. This is definitely a comic series that I did not see myself being interested in, wanting to check out, wanting to pick up in 2024. It was never something I was a fan of, and with so many superhero things out there, doing something like Space Ghost was something that just wasn't. It didn't feel something that was worthwhile checking out, but I'm happy to say that I was pleasantly surprised, and I was definitely wrong about this being something worthwhile. And I am super excited to pick up issue 2 when it drops next month. But thank you so much for joining me for this short review. I hope you will go and check this out, either pick it up digitally or please go and support your local comic book store and go and pick up Space Ghost #1. But as for me, that is all from me for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this review, and remember, it's a good week to be a geek. Take care, have a good day, and we'll see you all soon. Peace.